Okay, so I think it's about time that I get a bit more personal on this channel. And really talk about things that have to do with me, which is essentially what I ultimately wanted for this channel a long time ago. I just never had the courage to do so. But that all changes today. Earlier this month was my husband's birthday, and my mother-in-law enjoys throwing parties, enjoys having people over. She's a big people person. And with this birthday being a big one for my husband, no, I'm not going to share how old he is. My mother-in-law decided to go all out. She invited a ton of people. We had a ton of food, and we held it here in the house. Now, this house was originally meant for up to 3 people to be living in it. And typically that means that not a lot of guests can be in this house. Well, we had at least 20 people in the house for my husband's birthday. Now, for me, that was a big deal. Not only were they several people that I barely knew, but they were also just a lot of people to me. A lot of people all in one small-ish space made for quite a bit of noise. So let's unpack that. I have what is called sensory processing disorder. That means that certain noises, for me, well, for this video, we'll talk mostly about the noise. For me, certain noises are very, just a lot for me. So having 20 people plus, I don't actually know how many people we had over, but it was around 20 people. Having at least 20 people in one room all together and having people having multiple conversations, you know, noises from here and over there, and there was a lot of noise. And unfortunately for me, having sensory processing disorder, I could only handle the noise for so long. And the party lasted several hours. And unfortunately, I was only able to last a few of them before I had to excuse myself for the evening. And the reason behind that is because in order for me to be able to feel normal again, is I have to do what I just call regulating myself. And for me, when it comes to my sensory issues, like sound in particular, what I did was, since everybody stayed upstairs and our living space is actually downstairs, it was perfect for me because it meant that I was able to excuse myself, go downstairs where it was nice and quiet, and just be. But for me, I literally had to leave my husband's party or walk away from my husband's party and be completely separated from everyone for several hours after I left. And that's the only way that I have figured out how to actually do that. Now, why is this such a big deal to me? I missed several hours of my husband's birthday party. I missed getting to sing happy birthday to my husband. I missed being able to say goodbye to the guests. I missed several hours of my husband's birthday party. And while my husband and my mother-in-law are extremely understanding, and a lot of her friends were extremely understanding, I was still really upset by it myself. And I hate that. I hate that I had to leave my husband's birthday party. And that's just one example of things that are really difficult for me being a person with this disability. I could easily give you guys several other examples. And yeah, I'm being very vulnerable right now. And you know what? Let's continue it. I'm gonna give you more examples. So, going along the lines of, or talking more about my noise sensitivity, you've actually seen, if you've been on my channel for a while, you actually saw me do a tour of the Shedd Aquarium and things that they do for me or people with disabilities and how I get around and things like that. You may have noticed I was wearing the noise canceling headphones. A lot of times when I'm in public, and in crowded areas or loud areas, like with music, things like that, I will have either the option of noise canceling, the big noise canceling headphones, only if they're offered, or I recently purchased the noise canceling Apple AirPods. And check out a later video that I'm going to be posting about how those help me and how my other devices help me out. And I'm actually really excited about that one, so wait for that one. It's coming up soon. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So the noise canceling headphones are really helpful, especially in the mall, and just in big public areas, because it drowns out the noise around me and makes it easier for me to be able to be present and to be where I am. Now, of course, with the example of my husband's birthday party, I was not going to wear my headphones to my husband's birthday party. People would have understood, but not the place, not the time. However, big crowds, place where I don't need to be able to be heard or be able to hear from across the room, that's more acceptable. That's when I would wear them. I'm trying to think. What's another one? Oh, another one I have is I cannot handle sudden noises or sudden movements either. So roller coasters, not my thing. Being scared, definitely not my thing. So unfortunately, those examples make hanging out with me a little difficult at times. Because unfortunately there are certain events and certain things that friends and family like to go to that I can't necessarily participate in. Now, thankfully, I've never had an issue in a concert. I haven't been to a concert in a few years. However, I've not had that issue yet, which is actually very surprising. Maybe it was the fact that I'd be going to a concert of a band that I loved, and so the noise wouldn't bother me because I'd know about it and I liked the music and yada yada yada. I don't know. But even like the movie theater, when the credits are first coming, or the previews are coming up, I'm telling you, as a person who used to work in movie theater, I know for a fact that the previews before a movie are always louder than the actual movie. I learned that by working at the movie theater. So for me, there have been times when I've actually just simply gone to the movies and I've had to walk out of the theater that I was in and ask for the volume to be turned down because the movie was too loud. So, like, my husband, who absolutely loves, like, superhero movies and shoot 'em up, bang bang movies, things like that, there's a reason that he and I watch separate movies when we go to the movie theaters. And there's a reason that we have a very difficult time finding movies that we can watch together at home. It hardly ever happens. And it's because we can never agree on a movie. But it's primarily because I cannot handle the movies that he watches. I just can't. I physically cannot do it. So yeah, it does make going out a bit difficult. It does make finding things to do with my friends difficult at times. But for my friends that really know me, and you know who you are, I am so thankful and so grateful for them because they know when I'm not okay. They know when I need a minute. They know how to help me when I'm about to have an episode. And if you can get anything out of this video today, find yourself some friends who are just like that. Find yourself some friends who, if you have certain little things that you can't handle, or things that you're not able to do, or things that you have to do in order to be able to handle something, make sure you have friends that know these things and look out for them and help you through them. Because, like I just said, I am so thankful for my friends and my family that know how to handle these things in my life. Because without them, I probably would not be able to handle very much. And with the friendly person that I am, I need to get out of the house every once in a while. I need to be able to experience things. I need to be able to do things. Just because I have a disability does not stop me from going out and enjoying life. Going out and doing the things that I love. And I may have to do things a little differently, but I'm okay with that. Because having those difficulties and having those challenges gives me the opportunity to teach people that it's okay to be different, and it gives me the opportunity to teach people who are going through the same thing that it's okay to be that way, and here's how I handle it. See if it works for you, and if not, feel free to tell me what you do to handle it yourself, and maybe your tips will help me, and we can help each other. That's what I love about being a disabled person, is the community. Because we all share insights. and we all share our experiences and help each other out. And I love the opportunity to be able to teach non-disabled people how to handle, or how to be a supportive friend, and how to handle those situations to help your friend out. So normally at the end of the video, I would sit here and say, hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm not going to say that today. I was extremely vulnerable today in talking about this, and I was very interested in sharing this today. So I hope this video helps somebody either become more vulnerable or become more helpful to the people around them. That's all. See you next time. Earlier this month, my husband had his birthday, and his mother-in-law,